The ground rumbled beneath their feet. Amani pulled Tano away from the shrine, her heart hammering. The carvings on the stone shifted, as if waking from centuries of slumber. The figures once frozen in battle moved, their arms reaching, their faces stretching in silent screams. Tano's grip on her hand was tight. "Amani. We need to go." But the shrine wasn't letting them leave. The broken stone drum at its center cracked further. A deep, guttural sound echoed from within, like the last breath of something old. Then, the voice returned. "You should not have come." The trees trembled. The air thickened. And then the shadow stepped out. It rose from the shrine's depths, unfolding like liquid darkness, stretching unnaturally tall. It had no face, but its form shifted constantly, arms elongating, fingers curling into sharp points, its body twisting like smoke. Amani froze. It was not like the shadow figure from the village. This was older, stronger. A presence that had slumbered beneath the earth for centuries, waiting. Tano gasped. "Amani. This is what the song was protecting us from." The shadow loomed over them, watching. And then it spoke. Its voice was not a whisper, not a scream, but something far worse, a sound that did not belong in this world. The song was not meant to stop me. The wind howled. The shrine stones cracked. It was meant to keep me buried. Amani's breath caught in her throat. They had made a terrible mistake. They had not ended the curse. They had broken the seal. The cursed drum had never been a curse at all. It had been a warning, a prison. And now, the prison was open. The return of the Forgotten One. The shadow moved. Its elongated fingers stretched toward them, reaching for Tano. Amani reacted without thinking. She grabbed the nearest stone from the shrine floor and hurled it at the creature. The moment the rock passed through its form, the shadow, its body rippled, as if momentarily disrupted. But then it laughed. A deep, hollow sound that rattled through her bones. "You think I can be hurt by stone?" It flicked a hand, and the shrine exploded. Amani was thrown backward. Pain flared through her body as she hit the ground. Tano tumbled beside her, his breath coming in short, panicked gasps. The shrine was gone, reduced to dust. The stone drum was completely shattered. The carvings of warriors and spirits had been erased. And the shadow was free. Amani struggled to her feet, ignoring the sharp pain in her ribs. She turned to Tano, grabbing his shoulders. "Listen to me. The song, can you still hear it?" Tano squeezed his eyes shut, his brow furrowing in concentration. Then, his face twisted in fear. No. The song was gone. The spirits were gone. They had been the last line of defense. The wind died. The forest fell into absolute silence. Then, the shadow figure spoke one final time. "The song was never meant for you." It began to move. Not toward them. Toward the village. Amani's heart stopped. "Tano, run." The race against darkness. They sprinted through the forest, their feet pounding against the earth. The air behind them warped as the shadow pursued, gliding effortlessly through the trees. The village was still far away, but they had to warn them. They had to stop this. Branches tore at Amani's skin. She didn't care. She pushed forward, lungs burning. Tano stumbled, exhaustion weighing him down. Amani grabbed his arm, pulling him forward. Then, through the trees, they saw it. The village. Fires were still burning. The people were unaware. Amani screamed at the top of her lungs. "Run! It's coming!" The chief, standing near the fire pit, turned, confused. "What are you?" And then, the darkness arrived. A wall of black mist descended upon the village, swallowing the outermost huts in an instant. The first scream. Amani reached for Tano, but the force of the shadow's presence was too strong. She was knocked to the ground. She watched in horror as the village was consumed, people running, stumbling, crying out as they were devoured by the darkness. This was not the dance of the spirits. This was erasure. A force older than curses. Older than songs. Something that should never have been awakened. Tano clutched Amani's hand, his small body shaking. "Amani. What do we do?" Amani stared at the destruction, her mind racing. Then, deep in the darkness, she saw movement. Not villagers. Not spirits. Figures. Tall. Cloaked. Their eyes glowing like embers. Their arms stretched out, as if playing an invisible drum. Amani's breath caught. The song. It wasn't gone. It had just moved. The last remnants of the old protectors had returned, summoned by the breaking of the seal. And they were playing a different song. Not to seal the shadow, but to fight it. Tano gasped. They were waiting for this. Amani clenched her fists. Then so are we. She grabbed a fallen branch, setting the end ablaze in the fire pit. The final battle had begun.